stop is On the Radar Radio.
Stand clear of the closing doors, please.
Yeah.
Yes, sir, baby. On the Radar Radio. Yo, special guest in the building. Jersey in the building. Trevor Spitta in the building. My guy.
How we
Welcome
doing,
to the
bro?
show. How you feeling today, bro?
Man, I feel great, man. I'm just happy to be here, man.
I'm excited to have you, man.
Yes, sir.
I'm excited. Dope freestyle today.
Yeah, thank you, man. You know how we coming, man.
Talk to me a little bit about the choice and the beats for the freestyle. Cause it was funny because when I was talking to Calvin, the way Calvin described it, he's like, these are kind of like, how'd you describe these beats, Calvin? Come here real quick. How'd you describe it? Like kind of like happy, upbeat, uptown. Jazzy type beats, right? Yeah.
Has a real like
There you
Right.
go. Yeah.
It's called Sunset Moshpit, bro. That's a world I'm creating.
Sunset Mind.
Sunset Moshpit.
Moshpit. Sunset
Yeah,
Moshpit. Gotcha.
so I just feel like my music sounds like a mosh pit under the sunset. I mean,
Ooh, I like that.
just to say it easily. I mean, obviously in a deeper meaning. I just feel like I have the type of music where people can kind of choose what they feel. It's not really up to me. You could listen to a song of mine and really just like smoke with your friends, or drive with like, by the beach, top down, whatever. Or, in the right setting, we could mosh that motherfucker, man. We could get crazy. So,
I like that. It kind of like brings that essence of like what I feel like was like during the blog era. There was like a lot of that type of music.
Right.
But it feels like more of like made for a more modern day like audience too.
Yeah, man. It's just a mixture of, I've been doing this a long time, so it's just everything kind of cultivating together and just coming into this sound that I finally think, I've honed in on, and, people seem to like it, so we're going to keep on doing it, man.
Right. And you're from so you grew up and born and raised in Oakland, New Jersey?
Yeah, yes, sir.
It was funny because when they first sent me info about you, I was like, Oakland. I thought he was from Jersey. I never knew that there was a place in Jersey called Oakland, New
It's a
Jersey.
small town in New Jersey, it's in Bergen County, it's North Jersey, like 30 minutes away from the bridge, George Washington Bridge, so this is home to me in a sense. I spent a lot of time here growing up, just on the weekends, just being a kid, running around, but, obviously I'm from Jersey, I'm not from New York.
So it was like North Jersey that you grew up in?
Yeah, North Jersey, exactly.
Okay, word. With you, like, have you also, because I feel like we have this conversation a lot with, like, the Jersey artists on the show. Do you ever feel like the disconnect in terms of, like, support for Jersey artists?
I was an internet kid in a sense, like, I had a lot of love from Jersey, but, I was always just posting my stuff online, and, people from all over the world kind of always gravitate towards it. There's definitely, I guess, a certain disconnect. It's not New York, but, we're like bro and sis, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Or just like, siblings, there's a lot of cultural, resemblances in both the places. A lot of people from New York come to New Jersey, got family in Jersey, vice versa, and we eat the same food, listen to the same music, got the same weather, like the same sports teams, it's very similar in a lot of ways.
Right.
So, then I feel like right now even the music sounds similar, with the whole Jersey club and, the whole scene, it's cool. We're very similar. I don't think there's too much of like he's from Jersey, I'm not gonna fuck with him, if I'm from New York. I don't think it's really like that.
Yeah.
But my whole thing was always, a bigger, it's online, you could be from anywhere and just kind of like it, so.
Right.
Yeah, it's interesting, man.
With you though, how did the music journey first begin for you?
Yeah, I mean, I grew up around music, bro. My grandmother was a musician. Like I said, I spent a lot of time in New York. I was 10 years old in the West Village every weekend at jazz clubs. So that's really how I got into.
Kind of inspires the beats too.
Yeah, right. Yeah, a lot of jazz samples, and it's a full circle moment when I do jazz samples and stuff. It's funny, So I grew up around music, and I don't know. I don't have like a moment I remember where I was like, this is what I'm gonna do. It just kind of was always what I wanted to do. People have like a moment they decided what they want to be. It was just I was writing music forever. So at 16 I put out my first song like on SoundCloud. During the SoundCloud era, it was like 2015. I was 16. So I've been dropping music consistently since then. I'm 24 now. So it's been a long road.
With the with the jazz samples, it's interesting that you said that. So your grandmother was bringing you around early on into like jazz clubs and shit like that.
Right.
Were you just kind of like, what was the purpose of those trips? Was it like, because she wanted to go? Did she work there? Like, how did that all
No, she was singing.
Okay, she was singing.
She was singing at the jazz club every weekend in West Village. So I was there. My mother also sang. So, I was just around music.
So you've already had that.
Yeah, we have Filipino, bro. So, they sing.
And you know, with,
That's all
even
they do.
with your music too, like you even do venture into like that more melodic side sometimes here and there.
Yeah, I love to sing. You know, I feel like melodies are king in a sense. You know, even when I rap, you know, there's melodic elements in the rap, and yeah, I mean, we try to mix it up. You know, I think I just creating these moments on song, whether it's singing or rapping. You know, I do venture into both. I mean, I've done so many genres in my life. You know, just trying to find my sound, but also myself as a person, artist, all that.
Right.
You know, so I just feel like whatever the sound is now, the Sunset Moshpit sound that I've kind of created, not created, but like have dove into, it's definitely got singing and rapping elements.
Right. You know, it's funny
sure.
when you talk about like the Sunset Mosh Pit sound, like it kind of brings it even a little closer for me because I was watching the video for I Should Be With You, right?
Yeah.
And what was cool about it is that it was very like 80s inspired.
Right.
Right. Right. You would say like the 80s. That's like
yeah,
that's
that video
right.
specifically for sure. Some
Yeah.
like 70s, 80s.
80s.
Yeah.
Which is interesting because like I'm thinking about how you were talking about your mom and like your grandmother and shit like that, and I already know how like you know when you're around family like they play you music from that era. When
Yeah.
you were, especially with like that record and that song, when you were crafting that, was that kind of like the inspiration behind it? Was that playing in your head too?
Yeah, you know, I mean, I'm an actor at heart. I love to screenwrite, you know. So like music videos. So when I'm making these songs, I could almost for certain songs I have a video in my head while I'm making the song, bro. Before the song's even done, like I knew exactly what I wanted that video to be. And obviously, you know, the people I work with are super dope and we come up with the concept and finalize it together. But most of the time, you know, I have this vision in my head visually, man. You know, I think visual art, you know, these music videos are super important and almost like a lost form of art in this stuff sometimes, you know, like really putting the time into a music video. But, you know, I think it brings the music to life. And, you know, like you said with that song, I just feel like it kind of matched perfectly and it makes it make sense, like you said, you know, like you get it sometimes after you watch a video, and that's the goal. Right.
You know? Even with like, you know, well, like you said, I like how you said, like, that's the goal. And it's interesting what you just said. You said you're really an actor at heart.
Yeah, man, I like to play roles, you know, write these characters and just like, you know, because that video I'm playing somebody, you know, it's still me, but I'm just, you know, I'm not really shit, you know? So it's like, you know, it's fun for me. You know, at the end of the day, bro, like I've learned, if you're not having fun with it, I mean, what are we doing this for?
Were you, where does like the love for acting and like the screenwriting and shit come from?
Yeah, I don't know, man. I was always into film. I always was in a cinematic elements just in film and in music videos. You know, I was always into like these crazy angles and how they made movies and all that stuff happen, you know. So I don't know, I'm just a creative where I enjoy many arts, many different types of arts, and that's definitely one of the better ones, you know. Watching films like Wes Anderson and, you know, Scorsese and stuff like that. Like I almost want to like implement that into my music videos. Like people like Tyler, people like ASAP, like people who care about their visuals was always the coolest thing to me. Like those are big inspirations for me growing up, not only musically but visually, you know. And yeah, I just thought it always brought the music to life, man.
It's cool that you said Tyler because like I bring this up a lot. Like I was watching. Did you watch his like Rap Life documentary on Spotify on Hulu?
Not the Hulu one.
Definitely watch that.
Yeah, for sure.
Definitely watch that. But it was cool because how he talks about like he talks a lot about just like songwriting and world building in that. You know what I mean? So like he kind of talks about how he crafted and how he turned like his like, you know, the comedy and like kind of like being the funny guy. Right. Of like
I've seen clips of it, bro.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
But like it's cool how like I like how you talk about that inspiration because like that shows me that you actually like care about like the visuals and like kind of like the intention behind it too.
Live performance, bro, like is also a visual art in a sense. You know, you're visually seeing your favorite artist or some artist up there. You know, not only just making his song, but like, you know, there's a difference between doing a show, which there's no bad way to do it, but there's a difference between a show and like, you know, making a set and like knowing exactly what songs where and doing transitions and, you know, it whatever you want to do as an artist, you know, but that was always what I envisioned for myself. Do you feel like that nowadays, like, especially like in hip hop too, like the art of like doing the show kind of gets lost now? I mean, bro, there's no blueprints to this shit. You know, we're all just out here and there's no, whatever makes sense for you as an artist is right. You know, don't get me wrong. I go up there with a mic and just rap most of the time, you know what I mean? And, you know, I feel like everybody wants to put together a show and whatever they think their fans would want, you know, and, what their sound calls for, you know, we're all just out here, man. So I don't think it's lost, you know, whatever makes sense for you.
Right,
you know?
right. So what are you cooking up right now? Because like when we're recording this, like it's the end of 2023.
Yeah.
What's kind of like, what are we looking towards in the new year? What are we working on? What's kind of coming?
Man, I've always preached consistency, and I just feel like that's the only way to really make this shit happen as an independent artist, or just smaller artists, whether you're independent or not, just to really, keep the foot on the gas and be in people's faces and, not force it down anybody's throat, but like, just be like, this is me. If you like it, you like it. If not, not, but that's cool. But this is it, and I'm going to keep on giving it to the world. So I definitely have a lot of music, more music than I've ever had. And I'm working on a couple projects, I mean, mainly is this project Sunset Moshpit, like the sound, I just feel like I've been teasing it, and it's in the works, and it's it's getting there, man. I'm not gonna say it's done, but it's
right
next year, man.
For
sure.
you, like, what has been like the hardest part of being independent? Because I like how you said, like, as an independent or small artist, like, what have been like some of the obstacles that you had to learn to get over and like kind of work on by yourself too, without having like that major label backing or whatnot?
Yeah, I mean, obviously, not having these budgets is tough, but we find a way to make it happen. All these things I've been able to do is independently,
Right.
mostly. I mean, and it's I would say one of the harder parts is just not having, again, when you don't have like a lot of people pushing these buttons for you that the industry has and stuff. You got to make it happen for yourself. But I almost look at it like, half glass half full. You know what I mean? Like, you can either like be upset that you don't have these things, or you could try to make it happen yourself. I feel like it makes artists, just depending on the type of person you are. If you want to work harder, bro, you'll work harder. If you want to like be like, this sucks being independent, you can say that too. But there's,
Because people will complain about it all day.
yeah, I wish I had this. I wish I had that. Like, there's a way, bro. If there's a will, there's a way. So, I kind of look at it in a cool way, and whatever is meant to happen will happen eventually if I'm meant to be signed at some point or go this way, that way. There's plenty of artists who've done it without signing to a major label, so.
Yeah.
Whatever the right route is, but if you just keep it pushing, man, whatever is meant to be will be,
So when you gonna get Sunset Moshpit? When's it gonna come?
Sunset Moshpit will come, first half of 2024.
First half, okay.
First half, yeah, for sure.
I'm glad you didn't marry yourself to a date.
Nah, I have a date in mind, for sure, but, I just, as an independent artist, you don't want to, and this is advice I've learned for artists, bro. People just spend too many times, like, of course you want to have a plan, bro, but anything could happen, bro. So you don't want to like lock in, people be like, oh, this album's coming out in 3 months and the album's not even done. Like, bro, anything can happen, bro. Like, you can make a song you really like and you just want to drop that, and now things move around, man. Just focus on today, bro. And I feel like that's the main way to do it. If you're just worried about what I'm doing today, like I'm coming here today, that's all I'm focused on today,
Right.
And while still having like a loose plan, but I wouldn't ever lock myself into anything. You never know what can happen, bro. You could have a TikTok go viral from somebody you didn't even post on TikTok, and all of a sudden you're like, oh, I guess I gotta drop this song, I gotta move this, so.
Which happens a lot now.
Right. So I don't like to lock in myself to anything, marry myself to anything.
Right. Let me ask you this too, because I saw some of my people follow you. I want to ask you about your relationship with them and if you have anything working or coming with them. I saw LifeOfThom. Shout out my boy.
Yeah.
And my girl Wynne.
Yeah. So LifeOfThom, good homie. We actually was just outside this weekend and we had a session and
Fire.
So that's the bro. He's super tight. New York artist. And Wynne's cool. I met her. We did a show. I did like this underground festival called Sunday Sounds in LA.
Yes.
And it's a super tight experience. It was like Wynne was there. We had Yoshi T, super dope artist. Overcast
Fire.
performed. Myself, Wynne, and just a bunch of cool artists. We've been building the world out there. I'm out in Los Angeles nowadays. I live out there, so I feel like the community out there we're building is super tight, and then like we're still building over here too, because obviously this is home. I'm still a Jersey boy. I live out there, but
respectfully.
Yeah.
But
So
New York is home.
Yeah, New York, New Jersey. This is.
I mean Jersey. I'm sorry.
Jersey.
I meant Jersey,
Jersey's home. Jersey home. Love New York too. It's like second home.
Right.
But like I said, man, it's so many cool artists out here. Shout out LifeOfThom, man. He's great.
Yeah. Some shit between you and Tom on the way?
Yes, we will have some shit on the way. A lot of artists, man.
On the tape or no?
I'm not sure about on the tape. I'm still trying to decide if I want any features on it. I think it'd be super tight if I didn't go feature.
Yeah, me too.
And just kind of did it myself, But I have other stuff on the way with Matt. A lot of collabs, collabs with a lot of artists. My bro Tommy Richmond, super dope artist. Jonah Roy, super dope producer. My bro Paco, Kishore. It's just so many artists. I don't want to like name a bunch and miss people, but that's one of my goals for 2024. I know so many cool artists, and and we're all friends, and it's like, damn, we should like maybe put out more music together.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like association is cool, and I just want to make it happen and build a world for us underground artists. That's the way to do it. Is build a world, build a community, and kind of all come up together. That's my goal. We all win. So.
Word,
Yeah,
man.
yeah, man.
Well, look, I appreciate you being here. By the
Yes.
time the people see this, freestyle now, go run that up.
Yeah.
Sunset Moshpit on
Yes,
the way.
sir, on the way.
Before you get up out of here, anything else you want to let the people know where they can follow you at, all that good stuff? Now's the time to do it. This camera on the right here.
Yeah, my name is Trevor Spitta. I'm from New Jersey. I got an album called Sunset Moshpit on the way, and I'm on the radar. I'm just happy to be here, man. Happy to be breathing. So thank y'all for having me, man.
Appreciate you, bro.
Yes,
well, make sure you
sir.
go check out everything he has out now. Make sure you go follow him. Look out for Sunset Moshpit on the way. Run up that freestyle. Go show him some love. Go show him some support. Love is free. Support is free. But y'all already knew that. Till next time on the radar. We out. Pow. My guy. Love.
Yep.